Thank you, Dean Guthrie, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate the opportunity to be with you here this evening and to share with you this very special moment in your lives and the lives of your families. It is truly a memorable time. Enjoy it. Trust me, being a graduate of GW matters in this world. Congratulations. Graduation day at the George Washington University is particularly special to me. My father, Ted Lerner, graduated from GW, both undergrad and law school. He's a former trustee and he's a member of the GW Sports Business Hall of Fame. I graduated from here. My sister Marla met her future husband Bob Tannenbaum at GW Law School, and he's now a trustee. And most proudly, my son Jacob is a member of tonight's graduating class. Actually, most of my family is here tonight, and they're sitting right over here, and they wouldn't miss this. To say this school means a lot to my family is an understatement. When Dean Guthrie asked me to speak to you today, I was stunned and delighted. Since he asked me in December, I've been giving a lot of thought to what I want to say. Lucky for you, he's limited me to 6 minutes, but seriously, thank you and for letting me share this day with you. It is truly an honor. As some of you are already finding out, no sooner do you tell someone you are graduating from GW than you are immediately asked, what are your plans, or what do you want to do with your life? Some of you may already have the answers, others of you aren't nearly so sure. Some may have no idea at all. But I can promise each and every one of you that there are surprises in store. I hope most of them will be pleasant. A key will be how you prepare yourself to deal with all of them. I will tell you that many of my own most pleasant memories and some of the most meaningful events in my life have come from projects or moments or relationships I couldn't have begun to imagine when I graduated. I thank God I was open to those projects, moments, and relationships. I will tell you, when I sat where you are sitting today many, many years ago, I did have several goals. I knew that my comfort, my faith, and my greatest joys I'd always share with my family. I knew I didn't want to lose that. Specifically, I wanted to work with my dad. I thought he was the smartest, fairest, and most honest man I could ever learn from. I knew there would be challenges being the boss's son. I knew because, well before I graduated from GW, I had already begun working during the summers at Lerner Enterprises, our family's real estate development company. First on the landscape crew, then as a laborer on the job site, and then as an assistant property manager, essentially learning the business from the ground up. My father would have it no other way, and neither would I. I would have liked to have a little time after graduation before going to work, but my father would have none of it. I told him I'd like to have a few days off to enjoy myself, and he said, "You'll be at work tomorrow." I went to work the next day, cleaning out an old, small storage room with no windows to make my first office. And I've enjoyed every moment of the last 36 years, exactly 36 to this day, by the way, since I started with Lerner Enterprises. Every aspect of what I do in my day job, whether it's design, building, leasing, or property management, is for me a gratification that is at the root of why I enjoy getting up on Monday mornings. And I've been fortunate enough to do it with my family. Both my greatest teachers and greatest supporters have been my parents. They've entrusted me and my sisters and my brothers-in-law with their vision. I can tell you that if you can find a job that feeds your passion, then you will be on the road to true happiness. And if you can tie it all together and share it with the people you love, you'll be blessed. I've been lucky enough to meld my passion into a career that has allowed not just financial success, but real joy. Over the years, I've been part of a team It has developed millions of square feet of some of the finest properties in our community. But that professional training has also allowed me to work on projects that meant a lot to me personally, like my synagogue and the Charles E. Smith Jewish Day School. Both were projects that allowed me to combine my experience with my interests. And yes, it's the same Charles E. Smith whose name is on this building. And by the way, when I went to GW and sat in classes right across the G Street in what was then known as Building C, and now part of the business school, I could look down here and this was just a parking lot. As I've said, it's incredibly satisfying to have a passion that drives your life. But I've been blessed with not one, but two. As most of you can guess, the Washington Nationals are also a source of great pride. Today, after our first 5 years of ownership, I still get chills when I step out onto the field. I was devastated when Major League Baseball twice left D.C. While they were gone, I traveled to virtually every other baseball venue in America and Canada to watch other Major League teams play and see what made their parks special, never losing faith that baseball would someday return to this community. I always believed the national pastime belonged in the nation's capital. I could talk all day long about the Nationals, but believe it or not, my greatest passion is still my day job at Lerner. That passion is what keeps me going in the morning, and that passion translates into a need for excellence. Building something from the ground up, and when it's finished, the satisfaction of a job well done. But today is about you. There are a couple of points I'd really like to share with you. One, take time right now to acknowledge what has been important and of value in your life, whether it is your family, your faith, your friends, your interests. Make them a part of your future. Second, be open and committed to the things that bring you joy. The words joy and passion have figured significantly in what I've had to say this evening. They should figure significantly in how you live and how you spend your life with. I've been fortunate to share my days with my beautiful wife, Judy, who has supported and encouraged these joys and passions of mine. Whether through your profession, through your leisure time, or through things you choose to make a part of your life and that of the families you will build, work to achieve things that make you happy. To date, much of your time has been dedicated to achieving for others, doing what your parents expected of you, meeting academic standards, fitting in with your peers. You have been largely judged for success by others. And though you will still most certainly have bosses or parents or wives and husbands, children and siblings, co-workers, clients, and friends who may depend upon you or have expectations for you from this day forward, your personal definition, your choices, your actions, and your successes will be your own. Your most critical judge should be yourself. You alone will know whether you are happy, successful, accomplishing your professional and personal dreams. Assume responsibility, grab opportunities, own your actions. Never think you know it all. Learn something new every day. One or more of you from today's class may well be up here one day talking to another graduating class. You may be a gifted physician, a brilliant writer or artist or lawyer or politician. You may be a builder or a developer or a craftsman. You may be a researcher or a teacher or a philosopher. But I promise you, whatever field you may choose, or whatever successes you may enjoy through your works, the real measure of success will one day be measured in your own heart and mind by how much joy and passion you have felt, shared, and given. You alone will know whether you've been a good husband or wife, parent, friend, or contributor to a community or mankind. You alone will know if you've been kind or optimistic or supportive or encouraging. You may not find your passion in the first job you get, but eventually you need to make sure that the work you choose brings you joy, not just cars, houses, and great clothes. As your lives develop, I assure you, your own measurements for success will grow and broaden. It is not too early to decide who you want to be as you decide what you want to be. Trust me, who you decide to be will matter more. Thank you, and best of luck.